Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Treesky here, and today I have some gameplay from the new Black Ops Escalation map pack because I am a sucker and I bought the map pack on day one or night one or minute one, whatever you want to say, like usual. So I was able to get in about 10 games and I played on each map. The only map that I didn't really play too much on was Stockpile, but the others I felt like I got a pretty good feel for. So I just wanted to give you guys this video so that you could see it and kind of hear my thoughts and get an opinion on it before you guys buy it. Anyway, the first map we have here is Zoo. Zoo kind of reminds me of Carnival from Modern Warfare 2. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh god, gross, Carnival. But it's... yeah, I don't know, it's too early to tell, I guess, if it's going to be a good map or a Carnival type map. But from my experience, what happened every single game on this map, other than all the campers and noob tubers and non-objective players, it seemed like the flags just flipped constantly. Like, as you can see right there, I grabbed B, they're already taking B, we're losing C. You know, it's a mess. It seems like you take one flag and you lose another, and then you know, take another and lose the one you just took. So it's sort of just a big roundabout mess of a map, but it's not bad. I don't know. I wouldn't say that it really has too much of a zoo theme. I mean, there's a couple statues here and there. There's dinosaur wallpaper. There's, I don't know. Yeah, don't expect any lions or tigers or even monkeys or anything like that. So the monorail, yeah, like that developer said, is just a great place to be. No, it's the monorail is just it's a gimmick. I can't really see anybody going up there. So anyway, as far as the colors go, I don't really think it's, you know, too drab or too bad looking. You know, it still has sort of the same color scheme as the rest of the Black Ops maps, with like faded maroons and faded blues and greens and everything like that. But you know, they incorporate some plants and shrubs and even that new color orange rock that looks like the Matterhorn from Disneyland straight ahead. But yeah, it's definitely not as bright as like Carnival was, but it's not as dull as some of the other Black Ops maps. And then right there I just have a screensaver that kind of sums up Carnival. Or not Carnival, but it sums up Zoo, at least in the few games I played. A lot of Ghost. A lot of Ghost in pretty much all the maps. And Sound Whore for the win! Anyway, next map we have here is Convoy. Convoy, like somebody said, kind of reminds me of some of the Homefront maps, where it just takes place along a street with like gas stations and restaurants and motels and everything like that on the side. So Convoy consists of one main strip that BDOM is right in the middle. I think you're going to see it right here. BDOM has like no cover at all. You can see that, you know, I could have gotten anybody from this overpass right there. And there's another overpass on the other side that can get anybody on BDOM. People can also be shot from below when they're trying to capture the B flag. So it's just a mess. That's going to be a tough flag to capture. But it should be a pretty easy one to hold on to, because I think you'll be able to get some good nades on there, or at least camp your balls off up on this overpass that I'm at here. And that's what people have been doing so far. There are a lot of snipers in these maps. I don't know if that's in part because of the new patch that kind of, you know, buffed the snipers a little bit, or what, but yeah, a lot of ghost snipers like to get on top of those overpasses and shoot across at each other and take anybody who's on BDOM. Other than that, there are a couple buildings right above the CNA flag where you might want to watch out for some campers. And yeah, that's really about it for this map. Unfortunately though, I didn't get a chance to play any other game modes other than Domination, so I can't really tell you how things like Capture the Flag or Demolition or Search or Free-for-All or Team Deathmatch or whatever, I can't tell you how any of those will play out. What I do know though is that these are pretty big maps. I would say that sorry, I would say that Zoo is the smallest out of the maps, And then other than that, the next smallest I would say is like the size of a WMD or a Cracked or something like that. So they really are pretty big maps, and they have a whole lot of nooks and crannies, a lot of places for people to hide. So I kind of have a feeling that game modes like Free For All and Team Deathmatch and you know, Search would be kind of slow and you know, not really the fastest paced game modes. Just like they aren't on maps like Array and Cracked and everything. But anyway, the next map we have here is Stockpile. And Stockpile reminds me of 3 maps. And you guys aren't going to like this. Stockpile reminds me of a mix of Fuel, Rundown, and sort of WMD or one of the other snowy Black Ops maps. And it reminds me of Fuel sort of gameplay-wise with the giant warehouse. But Rundown and the WMD similarities are just kind of cosmetic. It just sort of looks like them, I think. But Fuel, man, it's got the big warehouse here that you can easily hold down with one motion sensor, like I am demonstrating right now. And a lot of people would do exactly this. They would secure that B flag, and then they would stick their motion sensors down and just camp right around it. And it is damn hard to get that B flag back after you got people just trenched in here. So yeah, if you're ever going to cap B flag on there, you want to get it first. If you can't get it first, you want to make sure you just do a great job of clearing that building out and then shutting the blast doors and you know, probably sticking your own equipment down too, sadly. So it's going to be a really big fight for B, and then just a camp fest after that, I kind of think. So right now I'm just kind of going around the outside of the map, showing you guys some of the just houses and everything like that that you can get into. The houses I don't think are going to have much effect on gameplay other than, you know, just random non-objective players sitting in them. And right here I'm showing you the blast doors. The doors you can open and shut at your own free will. They aren't really on a timer like the radiation blast doors, so you can open and close them pretty quickly. Once you do close them, the choke points get pretty extreme in this warehouse. Basically, there's one entrance back here, there's one entrance to the side of BDOM where there's a hole in the wall, and then there's this one here. Now you can get in through some ladders and some windows and things like that, but they pretty much just all lead to the same hallways anyway, so there aren't really that many places to watch, and that's why it kind of turns into a camp fest, I feel like. But anyway, this next map we have is Hotel. Hotel was actually one of my more favorite maps, actually probably my most favorite map out of all of these. It was by far the biggest map. Hotel is huge and it's really easy to get lost in. There's just a whole bunch of places. Like there's a casino, there's a bar, there's a pool house, there's a sauna, there's a locker room, there's a office, there's a safe, there's elevators. There's just so many places to go and get lost in Hotel. I thought it was, you know, kind of colorful. When I saw the previews for this map, I thought it was going to be pretty cheesy, which, you know, some might consider it to be cheesy, but it's also sort of refreshing and you know, nice looking, nice change from some of the drab maps that are on Black Ops. Where I'm shooting right there is a really popular hangout spot. There's one of those overlooking rooms on each side of the map. People like to go up there and just hang out. What else is new? But yeah, you can see I put on my noob tube, RPG, RC car, my Ghostbuster class right here. By this point I was getting kind of fed up with all the nonsense, and I decided to just go blow some of them to hell. And I put my orange tiger camo on there just to set them over the edge and piss them off even more, as you can see. But anyway, Hotel was one of the only maps that I was able to figure the spawns out on right away. Basically, if you have the C and B flag, you can kind of use these steps to clip, and there are steps on every side. There are some right here that I'm using for the middle map. There are some that I'm about to approach right here to kind of shoot towards their spawn. So there's a whole lot of great clipping spots, kind of like Stadium. You know how you can use those steps to keep the gunfights in your advantage. But the spawn is basically to the back left here, where I just shot that first guy from. I noticed people were coming from there over and over and over again when they had the A flag only. So that's something to look out for when you guys play this map. Next up, I'm just kind of showing you guys around the map in all the different areas. Here are the elevators. Actually, here's the top overlook room first. And here are the elevators that I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious about. The elevators are just kind of a gimmick. I'm not going to lie. They're kind of slow, kind of pointless, I think. There are stairs, or you can just jump right down the middle, and it's much quicker. But basically, when you press the elevator button, you'll take a ride down or up, and the doors on the opposite side will open up for you. So right here I am in the locker room area, and I'm about to get on top of the sun deck, and then right there is the B flag right inside the pool. B flag actually isn't that tough to capture on this map, or not as difficult as it looks. It's you can kind of snuggle up next to the walls like I think I did earlier in this little gameplay, and it didn't really give me too much trouble to capture, so that's kind of cool. But right here we have the vault and the gold area. Look at all that gold. Yeah, but anyway guys, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed, and also I have to ask you guys one quick favor. I almost didn't upload this video today because just last night I uploaded another gameplay commentary, and I was afraid that if I uploaded 2 videos within such a short amount of time that one of them wouldn't get watched. So if you guys could do me a favor and go ahead and check out that Domination on Summit that I posted and give me some feedback, give me some likes, I would really appreciate that. Once again, I was kind of nervous about putting this out there just because I didn't know how much time you guys would have to watch 2 videos. But if you can find the time, I would really appreciate it. And thanks a lot, guys. Anyway, as always, hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.